So common fear that a lot of people have is getting the interview and then just choking, just flat out blanking out. So like an interviewer would ask you a question and you would just look at him. And then it gets super awkward because in your head you really want to say something, you really want to answer that question and you want to get the job, but you just can't say anything. And as each second goes by, the worse it gets because the interviewer is just waiting there. And but even worse, you're just getting more and more nervous. And from my personal experience, the reason a situation like this happens is the reason why I would just freeze up and not know what to say is that I don't know how to start. I don't know how to begin talking. Because when you answer a question, you have to do two things. You have to figure out what to say and you have to figure out how to say it. So in your head, there's just so much going on because you don't know because not only do you have to think about what the right content is, but you have to figure out how to craft this content into an answer that is communicated concisely and clearly. And the expectation is that this is done in 10 seconds. Like what the hell, man? How the hell are you supposed to do that? Well, today I am going to teach you a trick that will fight half the battle for you. And it is a powerful tool that will ensure you don't freeze up. And it's called structure. So when you have structure down, you no longer have to worry about how to say your answer and you can focus on what to say. So when it comes to interviews, there are multiple structures that work. So next week we're going to get into how you can structure your elevator pitch. So answer the question, tell me about yourself. But here's a very versatile structure that's going to help you answer 70% of your interview questions. It's situation, task, action, results. And you can Wikipedia star format for more information. Now let me show you how this works. So the situation task is I am the fundraising chairman of Math Club and my job is to raise $1,000. Action. I led a team of 5 club members to sell boba on campus. Results. In the end, we were able to exceed our goal of $1,000 and make $3,000. Now notice how this structure gives you a very clear and organized thought process that progresses in a very logical manner. We start with the task or what needs to be done and you follow up with how to accomplish this task. And then finally we conclude with the results, usually the benefits of your action. But this is actually just surface level stuff. Using the structure is going to give you a pretty good answer, but if you want to take it to the next level, you need to apply a couple of concepts. Now let's go back to the situation task section in this framework. Now instead of saying my job was to raise $1,000, what if I said the organization Math Club was going through some tough times. The previous leaders, they spent all the money on booze and alcohol. And we were now $1,000 in debt. And my job was to help us get out of it. Notice how much more of an impact this answer has. Just by framing the situation slash task differently, it automatically makes your benefits, your impact, and your value to the organization increase. Because now you're not just helping Math Club raise $1,000, you're helping Math Club survive as an organization. So what did I do here? What makes my second answer so much stronger? Well, this actually ties to what I've been repeating over and over and over and over again. The business need. The first example is tunnel visioned to just your role, to just raising money. The second example connects your role to the entire organization. The second example connects your role to the entire organization, helping the club get out of debt. And I want to quickly mention something here because, when you're thinking about how you can connect your role or your task to the entire organization or company, at the end of the day, this is more of a mindset than anything else. Obviously by doing this, you're improving the way you communicate because you can talk about what you did from a high level, but once you start thinking about this more, it can actually help better you as a future worker at a company because you have You are thinking about the company's goals, and you're thinking about how you can benefit and impact the company from a high level. And that's, that trend, that's way bigger than just communicating well in an interview. So remember the example I gave you between the average answer and the strong answer? It's because I applied the same concept. The average answer focused on what you did, your role. So my job was to create journal entries on Excel. But the strong answer connects your role to the business. The strong answer connects your role to the business. It addresses the business need. The hotel needs an understanding of financial performance, and my job was to help reorganize its numbers into useful accounting information. Now notice, you're doing the same shit. By connecting your role to the entire organization, you're making all the difference in communicating that impact. And this can be applied to anything. So let's say you're a janitor at a restaurant. An average answer would be, my job was to sweep and mop the floors. Or you could say, I had to make sure that the restaurant's working conditions fulfilled the city requirements. Now, if you have a customer service job, you can say, my job was to greet guests and handle the cash register. Or you could say, my job was to maintain or improve the restaurant's Yelp reviews by making sure customers were happy. Again, the key is to connect your role to the entire organization. And don't worry, this isn't bullshitting. It's not really stretching the truth, because when you get to the action, the how, so the A in the STAR format, you're still providing tangible and solid evidence to highlight what you actually did. You're still saying that you used Excel and the SumIfs to create the journal entries, or that you led your boba fundraising army to success. Now, when we get to the results, the perfect way to conclude your answer is to tie it back to what your interviewer wants or needs. So I typically like to use this template. So I noticed in the job description that you're looking for someone that can do Excel. Well, my Excel skills were what allowed me to help the hotel understand its financial performance. Or I noticed in the job description that you're looking for someone that is very organized. Well, my organizational skills were what allowed me to get this fundraising team going, and in the end, save the club from extinction. Because remember, the interview is not about you. It's about the company and what they need. So to conclude, I want you to remember 3 takeaways from this video, and I want you to remember and apply them. Number 1 is the importance of structure. And this will help make sure you don't freeze up, because it takes care of how to say and frame your answer. So remember, situation, task, action, results. Number 2 is connecting your role to the entire organization. This makes all the difference in communicating your impact. And last but not least, you always want to tie it back to what the employer cares about, because it's not about you, it's about the employer.